back in the kitchen today. It's a gorgeous day out and I wasn't sure if I was going to do a video. I was out and about, enjoying the day, having coffee with a friend and buying some plants, and I thought, I want to be in the kitchen today. I want to make a video. So here I am. And I think the nice weather has inspired me to make this particular recipe. This is a summer dish, or a summer recipe I should say, and it's made with zucchini flowers. And if you're Italian, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Every region of Italy does call them something different. My mom and my family always called them pittecelli, which just means like really little fritters, and that's basically what they are, zucchini fritters. So anyway, I had these in the freezer from last season. Now I had these well into the fall, and so they're not a year old, but they stay so beautiful in the freezer. And what I do is I make sure they're really clean, and I dry them, and then I just freeze them in a Ziploc bag. And they do retain their color, and they're just wonderful. And these are the zucchini flowers. Now, because I got this batch later in the season, like closer to fall, I do believe that these are, they could be even pumpkin flowers. I'm not 100% sure. But basically zucchini, squash, it's all the same flower. It's all the same vegetable, really. So it's all the same squash. So these are some sort of squash flowers. So I have about a Ziploc bag full, a large Ziploc bag, and they really shrink down to nothing. And they have been defrosting in a colander, and they are still a little wet, so you do want to squeeze out some of the water. You can see I'm getting there's still even a touch frozen. I am getting quite a bit of water. I don't mind a little bit of water in there because it will thin out my dough as I need. So there we go. So we squeezed it out. As you can see, you don't really get that much. So we're just squeezing that out, and I'll just go over the ingredients with you. We have some eggs. Ooh, that's cold. Throw that in our bowl. Actually, you know what? I'm not going to do that yet. We're going to put our flour in first. I'll explain the whole recipe to you. And here I have half a medium zucchini. Not actually, it was more like about that size, and it's only half, and I've grated it, salted it, and that is sitting with the salt, and it's going to lose its water as well. I have some Parmesan cheese, salt, pepper, and my Holy Grail seasoning, which is parsley, basil, and oregano. I'm going to put a little teaspoon of that in there. And this is optional. I have made them without this, but I had a little voice in my head today saying, put a potato in. And I don't always do it, but I know when I do it, I like it. And I can just hear my mom say in Italian to me, ci può mettere quella che vuoi, pure una patata grattata. And so that's what I'm doing. I'm doing a grated potato, and that just gives it an extra, I don't know, an extra taste, I guess, in there. It would be like adding like potato starch in there. So that's a medium-sized potato that I've slightly cooked. I've just put it in the microwave for 2 minutes, let it cool, peel it, and then grate it a little bit. Okay, so I think I have all the ingredients recapped there for you. And I'm just gonna get started on mixing the dough. The dough is rather easy. Really not much to it. Start with 1 cup of flour, and I'm going to do half a cup of Parmesan cheese. Now bear with me, I don't usually have this recipe written out. I do this all by eye. So I have everything here, and I may add as needed, so just bear with me on that. So right now I've started with 1 cup of flour and 1/2 cup of Parmesan cheese. Okay, we're just gonna add a little bit of black pepper to that. Just a little bit. If you have fresh basil, really, really good in the dough. And then we are going to do a little bit of salt. And 2 eggs. I always have my garbage out and handy. Okay. I'm going to sneeze, excuse me. Okay. A little bit of the whisk. Our potato in. And this is where I said, why I said I don't mind some of the water left in, because we do need to thin out this dough. Might be wiser to start with the fork, so this does not happen. Zucchini. We didn't put a lot of salt in our flour because our zucchini is also salted. So those are the ingredients, my friends. That is it. Okay. A little bit of water. Needed. Combining, we want like a batter. And before I add any more water, I'm going to let that sit and see if the zucchini sheds some more water and thins out my dough. Our batter. Now we're going to fry these in some hot oil into little fritters. Okay, so our batter is perfect. I did end up using a touch more water, so this was about up to here. So I did use water as needed. This is the consistency of the dough. Okay, it's runny, like pancake batter, definitely like pancake batter. So we've gone ahead and tested one, and it's exactly what I want. Let that drain off. With an ice cream scoop, we're going to, and as we put them into the hot oil, I like to just pat them down a little bit. So they don't get too fat. here a little bit. We want it on medium. Some Parmesan cheese reserved, because once I have a layer of fritters done and they're draining from the oil, I sprinkle with some Parmesan cheese. These are ready for a flip. Some people make these and they're very heavy. Mine are not. Mine are not heavy. They're pretty airy and they're surprisingly not greasy. Wouldn't classify them as low calorie, but it is nice to not bite into a pocket of grease too. I just had an inkling to make these today. I don't know why. So it's nice when you freeze the zucchini flowers like that. If you don't have flowers, you can just grate the zucchini, but the zucchini flowers are so flavorful and abundant in the summer. I do know that you have to be friends with your local farmer. So, you know, ask around. You won't find them at the grocery store. You may find them at the veggie and fruit stands. You might, but chances are you're gonna have to talk to the growers and see if you can buy a basket when zucchini season is upon us. And that's what I do. I just buy up a load, a couple baskets, and I clean them and freeze them, and I can make zucchini fritters all year round. And I do like to make these for appetizers. When I put my boards together, I like to have these sort of things as an option. So you want the flame to be medium. You don't want to cook them too fast. If you cook them too fast, the centers will be raw, and you don't want that. You want them to have even cooking. So I'll just show you what they look like. Ooh, hot. Yummy. Still really hot. If you find that they're just poofing up too much and they're too heavy and they feel like a lump, your dough's too thick. You need to thin it out with some more water. Here's your fritter. My absolute weakness. Oh my goodness. Okay, and there you have it, the finished zucchini pittecelli, zucchini fritters. And you can see that they are really super duper light, airy. There you have it. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. See you soon. Bye for now.